All right, so I am Miss Crystal Cabot, and I am going to be discussing my hacker's journey of how we make learning personal here at Coward. Um, so, students embarked on a journey to personalize their learning through different learning pathways while using personalized learning plans. I am in cohort six. Whoop whoop. Once again, like I said, I'm Miss Cabot. I'm the assistant principal at Coward Elementary, where we have the Coward Advantage. And what does that mean? That means our students are creative, our staff are creative, we're innovative and hardworking. Whoop whoop. Um, our current reality or our current challenge was that our tier two students don't get a personalized learning plan or pathway and don't get to showcase their learning in the ways that other students are able to because they're constantly being pulled out for interventions and small groups. And so we wanted to improve that for them. And how could we have improved that for them? We wanted to make sure that we had personalized learning pathways and plans for them that showcase their learning in different ways. And when we do that, we allow the students to learn faster. They understand the concept easily and they improve their performance because they're learning the way that they need to. Is personalized to them. Okay. Our school's deeper learning aspiration was definitely for our tier two students to showcase in multiple ways. It allows them to understand the concepts, like I said, while improving. Our aspiration was rooted in equity because we're personalizing each plan for each student. We didn't say, oh, this student, they're going to do it the same way. No, we made it personal. Each student has their own pathway and they get to showcase their learning the way that they want to, and it built their confidence beyond belief, right? And so, how do we feel and find these students? Well, there are our MTSS students, and our MTSS students is just students who are on different tiered levels and they need different things. And so, for our tier two students, tier two means that you might have taught it one way and they didn't understand it. So you're going to have to pull them a couple different times and teach it different ways to help them. And so that's why that personalized learning pathway came into place, is because we were finding that our tier two students needed personalized learning. Like, so they didn't get the lesson the first time. You were having to pull them in small group and teach it to them a different way. And so why not teach it to them a different way the first time, the way that they need it? So those personalized learning plan came into action because of being pulled for MTSS and tier two students, right? And so when we look at our students each week, we meet for PLC, and that's professional learning communities. And so we focus on our tier two students as well as the other students, but we focus on how can we differentiate the lessons for each of those kids. And so that's again where those personalized learning plans came into place, because we needed to make sure that we were doing something different for each of those kids and meeting those kids in the areas that they needed, as well as when we have our bi-monthly meeting. Okay, so before we started the learning process, we made learning personal. We had the kids fill out a survey. And so they filled out a survey of how they could show us what they learned. And so each one told us something different. Some people said the same thing. So we grouped the ones that had similar things together. Um, this is them while they're doing the personalized learning plans. And so the kids are working collaboratively in groups. They're discussing how they're going to solve it. They're discussing what they're going to showcase to us. They're making connections with other things, and they're getting input from students. So you can see them on their computer, and they're getting input from their classmates, their peers. This is them again practicing making learning personal. They were working on how they're going to present their information to the staff. Was it going to be them recording? Was it going to be them doing it live? And so they tried out a couple of different things because they wanted to really showcase what they learned, what their teachers have taught them. This is Coordinate Fun. This is one of the activities that the students produced. And so they created a Google slide and they had games and activities. They taught the kids how to play it. And then they showed them almost like a battleship of how they could make coordinates fun and easy for everybody. So it was like a battleship game. For those of you who are a little bit older, remember that game of Battleship, they did it on the computer for the kids, and they absolutely loved it. The next one was an input output presentation that the kids created. And so they created a game. They created slides on how and what does input and output mean, and they created a student for you to even practice with. There's like, oh, she forgot her patterns, how can you help her? And so they actually got up, presented like a teacher, and then created a game for the students to play. And it was really amazing. I couldn't link it, but it is right here. What is the function? So it was really amazing. The kids worked really hard on that. So in closing, I just want to say, providing students with opportunity to make learning personal activated the students' ability to feel empowered by taking risks. These kids took risks to get up and stand in front of us and talk and present to their other peers. So we hope that all of our tier 2 students in grades 3 through 5 will have the opportunity to be able to showcase their learning by creating those personalized plans and have the opportunity for them to get up and present to their peers as well. If you want to keep in touch, always email me. It is on the screen at Twitter. And you can also hit me at Twitter at Sade Crystal, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. But I just want to say that this hacker's journey has been amazing. I really got to know our students and know what they like and how they want to present and how they want to showcase their learning. And so it was a great experience. And I would tell anybody and everybody, please, please, please try it. Try some quick wins, try some hacks, because you will be amazed at the things that you see.